All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be looking at SMS marketing, specifically for small businesses.
Interesting.
Yeah, and we found this really cool article that we're going to be basing the conversation around called The Benefits of SMS Text Marketing for Small Businesses.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to be diving into that, and hopefully by the end of the episode, you guys will have some actionable takeaways you can take to your own businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
But before we do get into it, I just want to throw out a really interesting stat.
Okay.
Did you know that text messages have open rates exceeding 98%?
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's huge, especially compared to something like email marketing.
Right.
So let's figure out, what's the deal with that?
Yeah, why is SMS so effective?
Yeah, why are people opening these?
I think a lot of it has to do with our mobile habits.
Yeah.
We're constantly on our phones.
Right.
So when that notification pops up, you're very likely to at least look at it.
Right, and I think also uh, you don't usually get spammed as much through text,
That's true.
so it's not something that you're going to ignore automatically.
Yeah, you're not just going to swipe it away like in
Yeah.
an email.
Yeah, exactly.
So it really cuts through the clutter, all the other marketing messages.
Right. So, okay, so we kind of got a little ahead of ourselves there.
Yeah.
But one of the things that the article does mention is that instant communication is a really big advantage of SMS marketing.
Absolutely. And that ties into what we were just talking about with people always being on their phones.
Right.
You can send out a message and know that it's going to be seen pretty much immediately.
Right. Imagine a flash sale, or you need to update your business hours immediately.
Exactly.
You could just shoot out a text and everyone knows.
Or if there's a weather emergency or something and you need to close early,
Oh, yeah.
that instant communication can be really valuable.
Right. Definitely. And so that's actually a really good transition into another one of the advantages that the article mentions, which is personalized marketing.
Yeah.
So you can actually tailor your messages to specific customers.
Yeah.
So things like sending out birthday discounts or recommendations based on someone's purchase history.
And I think that's so important nowadays because people really value that personalized touch.
Yeah.
It makes them feel like you're actually paying attention to them as an individual.
Right.
And not just treating them like another number on a list.
It's about building a relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to foster that sense of loyalty.
Right.
And it really helps to set you apart from the competition, too.
Okay. I'm sold on this whole personalized marketing thing.
Good.
Another thing that I think is really, really important for small businesses is the next thing that they mention, which is that it's cost-effective and scalable.
Yes.
So for any small business owner listening, I think this is really big.
It is, because when you're starting out, you don't always have a huge marketing budget.
Right?
But with SMS, you can start small and really see a good return on your investment.
Right. And then as your business grows, you can scale up your campaigns.
Exactly. You can kind of grow it alongside your business.
Right.
And because the cost per message is so low, it's really a sustainable way to market your business long term.
Okay, so we've talked about these benefits, and I think they're really cool.
Yeah.
But what are some actual specific examples of how this would work in the real world?
Sure.
So the article mentions a couple interesting things. One of them is that there are some services out there that allow customers to opt in to your SMS list by just texting their first name to a dedicated number.
Oh, yeah, that's so simple.
Right.
And easy for people.
Right. And I think when it comes to things like marketing and especially building your list, it's all about making it as easy as possible.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want to have a big, long form that people have to fill out.
Yeah, no one wants to spend 5 minutes typing in their information on a tiny phone screen.
Right, exactly. And this is just boom, send a text, you're done.
Yeah, and it's a great way to capture leads, say if you're at a trade show or an event.
Oh, yeah.
You can just have a sign that says text your first name to this number to join our list.
Right. And then the article also talks about MOTC Telecom specifically.
Okay.
So they have an SMS marketing program starting at only $19.95 a month.
Wow, that's pretty affordable.
Yeah. And each message only costs 3 cents.
That's amazing.
So that's a really good deal, I think. And another cool thing is that if you are already a Business Solutions 360 client,
Okay.
you get SMS marketing included as part of their service.
Wow, so you don't even have to pay extra.
Yeah, so that's a really cool bonus. And then they have the SBS2 server, which helps you track everything.
Oh, nuts.
So you can see which campaigns are working, and you can really, refine your approach.
I mean, that's so valuable.
Yeah.
Because you can constantly be improving, and you can see what resonates with your audience and what doesn't.
Right. You can tailor it to your specific customers.
Exactly. And one thing I think is really cool about that is you might find that certain types of messages work better at different times of day.
Oh, yeah.
For example, a restaurant might see better engagement if they send out a lunch special offer around 11 a.m.
Right. Right around when people are getting hungry and trying to figure out what to eat.
Yeah, exactly. Or a retail store might have more success sending out a reminder about an evening sale in the afternoon.
So, okay. So we've talked about all these like really awesome things about SMS marketing.
Yeah.
Uh, but how does someone actually go about getting started with this?
Right.
The article lays out some like pretty simple steps. And the first one, which we've kind of already touched on a little bit, is building your list.
Yeah, that's essential.
So you need to get people to opt in to receiving your messages.
Right.
And there's a couple different ways you can do that.
Yeah.
One is having online forms on your website.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like maybe a pop-up that says, hey, sign up for our text alerts or something.
Or a section in their account settings where they can opt into different types of communications.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
And then also you can have sign-up sheets in your store if you have a physical location.
Oh, yeah, like right at the register.
Exactly.
And, of course, we already mentioned the whole text-to-join campaign where people just text a keyword to a number.
Yeah, super effective.
And I think like the one thing to remember with all this is that you have to be transparent.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be sneaky about getting people's phone numbers.
No, you need to make it very clear what they're signing up for.
Right. And how often they can expect to hear from you.
Exactly. You want to build that trust right from the start.
Right. So that's step one, building the list.
Okay, what's next?
So step two is crafting your message.
All right, so what makes a good SMS message?
So I think the biggest thing is to keep it short and clear.
Yeah, people are not going to read a novel on their phone.
Right. And you want to make sure that it's very focused on a specific action you want the customer to take.
So a call to action.
Yeah.
Like, visit our website shop now, redeem this coupon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And give them a reason to actually click.
Right. You want to make it enticing.
And then the third step is to schedule and send your messages.
Okay, so how do you determine the best time to send?
So this is where knowing your audience really comes in.
Right.
So think about when your target customers are most likely to be receptive to your message.
Like we were talking about earlier, different businesses might have different optimal send times.
Right. A coffee shop might see more success sending a message in the morning.
Yeah, when people are on their way to work.
Exactly.
And a clothing store might do better sending a message in the evening when people are relaxing at home and browsing online.
Right. So it really all depends. And then, of course, the last step
Okay.
is to monitor your results and make adjustments as needed.
Yeah, because what works for one business might not work for another.
Right. So it's important to track your open rates, click-through rates,
Yeah.
and ultimately your conversions.
And don't be afraid to experiment. Try different things. See what works best for your audience.
So hopefully this deep dive has given you guys a good overview of SMS marketing.
Yeah, it's a really powerful tool.
So especially for small businesses.
Absolutely.
But I want to leave you guys with one final question.
Okay.
What's your biggest concern or hesitation about using SMS marketing?
Yeah, is it building your list? Is it crafting the messages?
Figuring out the technology?
Let us know, because we'd love to address those concerns in a future episode.
Exactly. And until then, happy texting.
Happy texting, everyone.